Since winning the NBA title, the Warriors have picked up right where they left off, with 8 consecutive wins to begin the year, including a 50-point demolition of the Grizzlies. After bowing out to the Dubs in the second round, Memphis has gotten off to a sluggish start. Tonight they hope to get back on track. The Warriors look to tie the best start in team history as they enter the grindhouse right now. The beginning of a 2-game road trip in the building they call the Grindhouse. The Warriors and Memphis know each other so well, played in the playoffs a year ago, and you want power forward, Z-Bo will be down on the block, and his Spartan running mate Draymond Green typifies the all-around play of the undefeated Warriors. Hello everybody, Bob Fitzgerald alongside Jim Barnett. And okay, so if you beat a team 9 days ago by 50, do you think they're angry and ready? I think the answer is probably yes.
Oh, they're going to be ready tonight. And here's a team that's struggling in Memphis. They've lost 3 games in a row, finding a very difficult time in ways to score. Contrasting styles. The Warriors like the threes. The Grizzlies play inside with all that beef. We'll just see how it all plays out, but it's going to be very physical tonight.
You mentioned threes. You know about Steph Curry from distance, but Klay Thompson is healthy now. It showed against Detroit. Looked much more like himself, more fluid. The back stiffness and issues seem to have gone away.
I don't think anyone realized how much he was suffering. He said he probably should have stayed out a game or 2, but he came back in a big way. I love the way he let the game come to him. He took 17 shots in the game. That's the most he's had this year, and he shot extremely well. He was balanced in all 4 quarters all across the floor.
So why are the Grizzlies 3-5? Why do they go 1-4 on the road trip out west? Why are they struggling? It's offense. This is a team that can't score. We knew they couldn't make perimeter shots, and it was a weakness. But, Jim, they have dropped precipitously in points in the paint.
These are staggering numbers when you really dissect them. It's a team that's won over 50 games for 3 straight seasons. They keep going to the playoffs and stuff, but they're not going to do it this year unless they change their ways. Defense has slipped a little bit, too, but their offense is struggling. They did not address it in the offseason, did not find a 3-point shooter, and it's hurting them.
You come to this building, you play Memphis, you have 2 big problems. Marc Gasol, first-team All-NBA center, and Zach Randolph on the box. Now, the Warriors can play small. That's when they're really good, but they have some size of their own. Festus Ezeli is starting at center. He's been a revelation. And Andrew Bogut is healthy again. A tag team at the center tandem for the Warriors. Warriors and Grizz at the Grindhouse. Greg and Gary back in the studio right after this.
Welcome back in studio. Greg Papa, Gary St. Jean, Monty Poole. They beat this team by 59 nights ago. Saying, how do they just beat them tonight? 3-ball?
3-ball. They're going to kill them with the 3-ball. That's going to be the key to the game. And Monty and I are in agreement as to how to do it.
Yeah, I think that the 3-ball is going to be key because you can shoot that ball and Memphis can't. That's the bottom line. They haven't shown they can do it. The Warriors, if they play their game, they use the old pace and space thing where they go as fast as they can, and you'll see them go small, even against Memphis at times, and use that along with the 3-ball, and that's how you beat this team. So
grit and grind against pace and space, but they're going to come hard tonight. Memphis is sick of the 3-5 start, 50-point loss. The Clippers are tweeting, making fun of them. They're going to come hard tonight inside the Grindhouse. Enjoy it. Warriors basketball is next.
It's time for tip-off. Here is Fitz and JB.
All right, Klay Thompson in Memphis, Tennessee. The FedEx Forum. It is Veterans Day. And a real special moment here where they have honored one of the gentlemen that fought at Iwo Jima, one of the most famous battles in the Pacific Theater. Malcolm Jimmy Keith is here in the building, and that's living history right there on Veterans Day.
Well, it's spectacular. Not many of them left. He served under Lieutenant General Snowden at that time, and that was, I think it was in March of 1945. The war was going to end about 6 months later, but Iwo Jima was the first territory owned by Japan that the Americans actually captured. So it was very, very linked to getting the end of the war. It really hurt them psychologically as well as manpower.
The Xfinity starting lineups tonight. It'll be Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, and Festus Ezeli. For Memphis, Mike Conley, Courtney Lee, Tony Allen, with Zach Randolph and Marc Gasol.
Anxious to see how this game will start. You know Memphis is hungry after losing 3 in a row and getting beaten by 50 9 days ago.
James Capers, Rodney Mott, and Steve Anderson will blow the whistles tonight.
Confident the Warriors are going to be ready. They know what kind of game they're in for. I already see a back cut. They're going to overplay, so you will get back cuts to the hoop.
Tough shot, Klay Thompson. And Festus couldn't quite hold it. But Memphis touching it last. 3.8 to shoot. Ezeli remains in the starting lineup, but Luke Walton said he's going to kind of get Bogut his sea legs back. But Andrew and Festus were terrific on Monday night in the win over Detroit.
And Andrew, after sitting out, showed no signs of fatigue as the first one goes down for Draymond.
The out-of-bounds plays for the Warriors, always so efficient. I love the point guard matchup, too. Mike Conley and Steph Curry. Conley does a terrific job on Steph most nights defensively. Courtney Lee. Right now, you have Mike Conley leading the Grizzlies at 30% three-point shooting. And Courtney Lee has struggled mightily at 21%.
Yeah, and someone who led them last year at a little over 40%.
So Harrison in his first shot. Tony Allen running it back. Warriors have no problem if Memphis wants to get up and down.
They have no problem making Tony Allen a scorer, too. Particularly if he takes the perimeter shots.
Festus not catching that cleanly. Steph Curry down the lane, putting it up and in. You brought up a great point at the top of the telecast, Jim, is that Memphis, while they have Gasol and they have Randolph, they're not a shot blocking team. You can get to the rim. They don't have guys that are going to knock it away.
Here's Stephen right down the middle. Gasol was up near the free throw line, could not recover.
Draymond Green switching on to Conley. So Harrison trying to front Marc Gasol. Shot clock at 5, ball moving nicely. Tony Allen will get to the line.
Pretty good position from Festus Ezeli. Thought he got there quickly enough. Tony Allen got a running start. More often than not, there will be no whistle on that play.
And the offensive player launched himself into Festus. The defense player has to jump straight up. But he's entitled to that airspace. And Tony Allen hitting the free throw. Tonight's game and all Warrior games on CSN. You can stream them live at NBC Sports Live Extra app on your mobile phone or tablet. Stream the Warriors on the go. Tony Allen averaging only 5 points a game. Rattling home the free throws. Draymond turning the corner, throwing the lob back. Losing it out of bounds. Still Warrior ball. Festus has not caught the ball cleanly a couple different trips down, and you know, that's the difference between he and Bogut in terms of the offensive efficiency, but Ezeli's game is remarkably improved. Klay Thompson short, right back to him. Draymond a deep three. Gasol with a nice box out.
Curry passed up a mid-range jumper right there, trying to get other people involved.
The rare post practitioner still left. Zach Randolph having got deflected. Steph went for the steal. And how about Harrison Barnes? Great Warrior defense.
Active hands.
Curry to the line. Must hit threes against Memphis. In the playoff series, the 2 losses by the Warriors, 6 of 26. And you'd give Tony Allen every 3 he'd ever won. In Oakland, he was 0 for 6 from the field, but he's 2 of 2 tonight. Pass a little low, Harrison missing. And here come the Grizzlies.
Last shot. It's tough to hit a shot when you pick the pass up off the ground around your ankles. Not easy to do.
Luke Walton and the staff have done an outstanding job in communication with Steve Kerr. The Warriors off to this 8-0 start. Tony Allen again? I don't think so.
They weren't concerned, even though he'd hit him at one just previous to that.
Steph Curry, three. Yes, sir.
Great ball movement around the horn.
You know, our old friend Don Nelson would say with a guy like Tony Allen, I hope he hits his first three.
Yes,
and
exactly.
takes 6 more.
Not a bad philosophical outlook. If you play the Grizzlies and move the ball deep into that shot clock, as this one rolls in for Gasol, you'll get your shots. They'll play defense for maybe 15 seconds, but it's tough for them to go 24.
Draymond, the lob. Tony Allen knocked it away. Harrison Barnes, what a finish!
Oh, my.
Went to the baseline, went to the right, somehow got it back off the glass and drew the foul.
We were talking about not being a shot blocking team, but this one is absolutely tremendous. What a great effort, up and around and under, and still controlling the ball like he did. This is one of the best moves and finishes I've seen Harrison Barnes ever make.
Man, that was a spectacular play. A sleight of hand, and then you always say, Jim, when you're jumping strongly, it's tough to finish softly. And that time, Harrison, great body control and didn't just crack it off the backboard and shoot 2 free throws.
He put it up there very softly, just a little bit of spin on it. Totally in control.
Dave Joerger, solid back-to-back seasons, taking over for Lionel Hollins. But off to a pretty rugged beginning in Memphis. And Barnes' first playing time, checking in for Tony Allen. Double on Gasol. Shot clock at 4. Courtney Lee at 3. Top of the backboard. That's out of bounds.
Wide open look for Courtney, like, as you mentioned, struggling at 21% in the early season here. I can say this, the Warriors have come to play. They're competing, and I love their defense. Into the passing lanes, deflections, sharing the ball.
Zealy is hog-tied by Zach Randolph. You know, in just the end of that play, Randolph, that's a strong foul, no problem. And then the sportsmanship after. We bring it up all the time. Memphis respects the Warriors. The Warriors respect the Grizzlies. That's a hard foul. You got to shoot free throws. But you know what? No problem.
Yeah, there's no bad blood.
And,
not at all.
And that really is why we enjoy this matchup, is there's mutual respect. It's hard play, but it never gets cheap and it doesn't get dirty. And Zach Randolph, that was a nice moment there with Festus, who makes the free throw. Now, there's a team in the Southland, Jim, that doesn't always occur for either of these teams. Both Memphis and the Warriors have issues.
And the Warriors defeated the Clips, and the Grizz are coming off a 2-point loss to the Clippers. Had actually a lead in the fourth quarter at 86-84 after being down by 20. They have lost 3 in a row.
So the free throw split. Steph on the overplay and the steal. Curry in a foot race with Conley, running with Barnes. Harrison to the rim.
I'll tell you, he made an angle out of that and still managed to dunk it. Zach Randolph could not foul Curry in the backcourt. He tried to take a foul, but Curry was too quick for him.
So Dave Joerger uses a timeout. 6-0 blitz by the Warriors and building the 6-point lead. 7:06 remaining in the first. Don't forget that the Warriors play elite defense. And when they stop you, they like to stuff it down your throat.
Back to the FedEx Forum, Warriors up 6 on the Grizzlies. Klay Thompson says his once sore back is now 100%. And he gives a lot of credit to the new head performance therapist in Chelsea Lane. He said, "She saved my life." They used unique stretches to help loosen up his hips. And I spoke with Chelsea, and she said her strategy is that she rarely treats the body part that is hurting. usually that body part is already overloaded. So instead, she looks for other places on the body that can help make up for it because the nervous system picks up fast for elite athletes. So to remedy a tight back, Chelsea looked to the hips for extra mobility.
Well, you talked to Clay yesterday, and he said that it was kind of a miracle the way she made him recover, and he's so much better now, and you can see it in his play.
Randolph missing that. Well, Warriors got Chelsea. She worked with New Zealand Olympic athletes. They only have 15 athletes that represent the Olympics for New Zealand. She said if any of them are hurt, that's on the medical training staff. So biomechanically, the Warriors staff is at an elite level, and so fixing Clay was part of keeping him available. Well done.
Well, they keep trying that lob in there. The double team on Steph Curry. Draymond Green is going to make a lot of the decisions. So far hasn't panned out getting it into Ezeli. Zach Randolph knocks that down. He was 2 of 9 in the game. The Warriors won by 50.
And that's almost the shot you have to give him. He can hit it, but
lesser of evils. Yeah,
he's not in offensive rebounding position 18 feet away. Harrison ISO on Courtney Lee. He's moving his feet. Harrison creating a little space.
Worked hard for that shot. They got a good look.
This is where Randolph is a problem. Well played there, and then Ezeli with the rebound.
Draymond Green is always flirting with a triple-double. That's a tough play.
Somehow got it inside, but the hands of Gasol. Don't forget 2 years ago, he was Defensive Player of the Year. And that was a nice strip. Saved a layup.
I love the way Draymond's attacking. He's going right to the basket, unselfishly trying to give it up to others. It's going to pan out. He just seems like he flirts with a triple-double. Over the last, 3 games, he's averaging 8 assists a night. As we look at Bogut's numbers
Andrew
against the
Bogut
Pistons.
does not have the mask on with the broken nose. So it checks in without the mask, along with Iguodala. Their first playing time.
That high post from Gasol. He's an excellent passer.
Now Barnes tried to sell it.
Exactly. That's exactly what he tried to do, and he had an easy look at the hoop.
Michael Green's first playing time out of Alabama. We saw him in Oakland. He hit a couple threes in that game. Steph Curry setting up Draymond. Cycle to Iguodala. Shot clock at 5. Better movement to a better shooter, Klay Thompson.
I'll tell you.
That's pretty basketball.
Oh, that is fantastic. Everybody handles it. You throw it around the horn like that, and then that skip pass to the best three-point shooter on the floor next to Steph Curry.
Put to Michael Green on the box. Barnes couldn't finish there. Courtney Lee from deep.
Oh, he was really struggling. He just aimed that ball. You can see he held on to it.
Klay Thompson hit one. And Iguodala couldn't quite follow it in. And almost timed that jump perfectly.
Luke Walton is trying to manage the minutes of Iguodala, but he loves to have him on the floor. He says he feels more secure with him on the floor.
Conley and Steph played him well.
They got a break.
Yep. Courtney Lee, beautiful steal. Working with Barnes. Conley will never be more open, but those are the threes that Memphis is not hitting.
This is fun.
Steph Curry off iron. So Memphis shooting 31%. The Warriors 41%. Jeff Green will check in.
But the Warriors are lively in the early going here. They're everywhere. They're trying to send a message once again to Memphis that we're not going to let you take this game even in your own house. They're just scrambling at both ends of the floor.
Dave Yeager trying to find some offense. That's why Jeff Green's put in. And he missed that wide right.
Draymond loves to handle the ball. He's so confident with it.
Now the Warriors have only made one of their last 8. They start hitting shots here. Memphis is in trouble because the Warriors are playing elite defense. The baseline, and Iguodala, a rare turnover.
Well, we've seen a couple of times where the Warriors have just kind of let the ball slip out of their hands.
Sean Livingston will check in. So Klay Thompson hit that three, got a couple rebounds, and he will sit. Livingston, Iguodala, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, and Bogut. JaMychal Green, Jeff Green, Marc Gasol, Matt Barnes, and Mike Conley. Michael Green. Finally, Memphis finds the bucket. Reach-in foul on Jeff Green. And it takes us to the mandatory. Well, Memphis was ready. They're playing good defense. But when the Warriors move the ball like this, nobody stops them. Well, the Memphis Grizzlies made a trade, and that was in the air yesterday, and they received the gentleman you just looked at, Mario Chalmers and James Ennis, for Beno Udrih and Jarnell Stokes, traded with Miami. And you have the Grizzlies flying home after staying the night in LA.
Okay.
And as they're at 35,000 feet, you can get internet on planes now. So there became a story that Udrih and Stokes were going to be traded, and the players found out in the air. And that's where the trade was essentially consummated. And then
they've got to get the physicals. They haven't got the physicals.
That's right,
yet.
which is why
Dave Yeager.
That's why Ennis and Chalmers are inactive tonight.
Well, Miami wanted to save a little cap money. Chalmers makes about 4.5, 4.3. But Dave's looking for a little more offense, Dave Yeager. Although, if you look at the analytics, watch this scramble. If you look at the analytics, Chalmers without LeBron James on his team, his numbers go down precipitously all across the board. The three-point percentage in particular.
Which is understandable.
Yes. But I'm not sure he's going to solve the three-point shooting woes of the Grizzlies.
Conley missing there. We check in with Roz.
As you guys pointed out, a big piece of this game is who can dictate the tempo. Coach Walton said to the team, we have a couple turnovers and some shot selection that's a little bit iffy, but if we play with great pace, this game's ours.
And Iguodala finding the three. That was off the feed from Bogut.
I think their pace has been tremendous at both ends. Their defensive pace, the pressure they're putting on, the scrambling, the hustle, the switching, very impressive.
Shot clock at 7. Saul loves that spot, but couldn't hit it.
And once again, Bogut is inhaling rebounds.
Conley knocking Steph Curry down. You know, just to expand on something you and Roz were talking about, outside the Bay Area, people view the Warriors as this up and down three-point shooting team, and it's Curry and Klay and the whole bit.
Right.
They are a lethal defensive team. We know this because we see them all the time. But it's games like this where the rest of the league has to take notice. If Memphis, you would think, would come out like a house of fire, having been beaten by 50 points. And yet, they have 13 in the first quarter in their own building.
Well, the Warriors can take the fire out of you.
Harrison Barnes hitting that three.
They can put the fire into the net. Andrew Bogut, by the way, after sitting out a couple of weeks, showed no signs of any fatigue in that Detroit game. He played 19 minutes, had 9 rebounds. He's got 4 rebounds tonight in 4 minutes.
So Russ Smith, who we saw in garbage time in Oakland, is getting some first quarter playing time. Saul and Bogut. And Andrew will be called for the foul. We kind of like Smith a little bit. Out of Louisville. He was quick. He hit that 1-3.
Yes.
Saw him play a little bit. And without Chalmers active and no Udrih, they have to play the youngster tonight. Saul missing. On the rebound, Harrison Barnes got caught up. He knocked the ball away from JaMychal Green, but apparently committed a foul in the process.
28% shooting for the Grizzlies so far tonight. Okay, a little bit of arm contact. Well, as we talked, the Grizzlies are 29th in points scored. They're scoring about 7.5 points less than they did last year. They're giving up about 6 points more than they did last year. They're last in the league in field goal percentage, and it's continuing tonight. And next to last in three-point percentage. It's hard to believe that this is a team that just a few years ago won 56 games.
We've had some rare Warrior turnovers there. That one just scored it out of Steph's hands as well.
In 2013, 56 wins. Then 50, and last year, 55 wins.
See Russ Smith probing and using that quickness. Barnes for three. Steph Curry will play for one.
Well, 9 days ago, the Grizzlies had a first quarter of 22 points. They led by one. And that ended up being their best quarter, as they only scored 35 second-half points.
Now the three. Bogut at two. He's got to shoot a jumper. Why not?
How about that?
Why not? 2:10 left.
That's got to be very discouraging if you're a Memphis player.
The Warriors' biggest lead is right now. After the first 12 minutes, they push it to 11. They hold the Grizzlies to 26% shooting. And on Veterans Day, the Warriors showing a little defense.
I'm Andre Iguodala, and you're watching CSN, the authentic home of the NBA champs.
Beginning the second quarter in Memphis, Bob Fitzgerald, Jim Barnett, Roz Gold on Woode. Russ Smith, Zach Randolph to Michael Green, Jeff Green, and Matt Barnes for Memphis. Bogut retreated and knocked the ball out of bounds.
No charge. Almost as if Jeff Green just dribbled it out of bounds himself. Bogut stood his ground. He was there in plenty of time.
Shot clock at 4. Smith, kind of a wild shot. Michael Green couldn't quite grab it, but the Warriors touched it last. It's Bogut Iguodala with Harrison Barnes, Livingston, and Leandro Barbosa. You saw Andrew Bogut. He calls the Memphis plays. He already knows the plays.
Sure.
He put the hand signal to the bench, so the Warriors have an idea what Memphis wants to run.
Harrison's got his hands full. He hit a terrific first quarter offensively, but JaMychal Green is going to go for every offensive rebound. Warriors did a great job. Only 2 second chance points from the Grizz in the first half.
Iguodala called for the foul. Bogut denied Randolph. He wouldn't even let him get the ball. Now in his office. Zebo flipping it up and in and drawing the foul.
Yeah, Zach just drew Bogut a little too far out there. It started initially as he started to help out, but just got too far out on the floor to recover fully.
34 years of age and still getting it done, Zach Randolph. Well, I think he has not had much success over the years against Bogut on the block.
Not at
so
all.
facing him up is a different wrinkle, and very effective there. Ball kicked. Recycle the shot clock to 14.
I love the way Bogut held on to that ball. He knew exactly what was going to transpire. Tried to get it inside to Iguodala on a late bounce pass. And I'm not sure that was really a kick. He kind of threw it off the shin of Gasol there.
Barbosa flying in to rim it out. Jeff Green, Iguodala picked his pocket. Harrison Barnes streaking to the rim. JaMychal Green will foul him. You just saw one of the great defensive practitioners in the league. As here comes this drive, and Iguodala just waits to strike and knock it away. Super smart, really quick hands. Or Iguodala knows what he's doing. Free throw down. The season ticket priority list is 17,500 right now. You got priority access to season tickets when they become available, plus exclusive ticket pre-sale opportunities. Representatives ready to help you now at 888-GSW-HOOP and get on that Warrior season ticket priority list. And I've seen so many Warrior fans on the road wherever we go now. It's almost like they're the world champions.
Right. Stephen Curry is .906 from the free throw line this year. There are 2 Warriors shooting better than that. Barnes is one of them.
Harrison's been remarkable from the line.
He's around 92% now. Klay Thompson yet to miss, 12 for 12 on the season.
Michael Green, offensive foul. Iguodala was on him. He kind of tried to clear out with an elbow.
JaMychal Green is a rugged rebounder. He's got 3 already, and he's vying for playing time on a team that's hungry for some kind of activity.
He also knows Memphis misses a lot of shots, so keep going to the offensive glass. Iguodala, another 3.
All the time in the world to just measure it. And that was a confident look he got.
Warriors are 5 of 9 from beyond the arc. Bogut just took it away from Barnes.
Team, the discipline that the Warriors have, especially the second unit, they don't force shots. They're going to call a carry there. That's the one thing. They started out well until midway through that first quarter, started turning the ball over.
Each team has 5 turnovers. Randolph faced up the last time, faces up again. 19 feet away, not in offensive rebounding position.
Yep.
He can hit it. You credit him, but take your chances. Harrison got all the way to the rim and just had the ball knocked away. He's out of bounds trying to save it.
And Harrison's capable. Difficult to do. Sometimes you want to pick that ball up a little bit earlier and then take a big long step before the reach in disrupts your movement to the hoop.
Michael Green is fouled. The second unit has succeeded in slowing the game down. It is station-to-station basketball, but they're not making any headway.
Exactly. Well, the Warriors' defense has been superb.
It's the one item. When you put Bogut with Iguodala, you have 2 premier defenders playing in reserve. And Sean Livingston also is excellent.
Yes, he is. We've got excellent perimeter defenders. And Barbosa, by the way, at age 32, this is about as well as I've seen him play defense in all of his years.
Well, think about
what he gives you offensively.
Think about the direct, honest conversation he had with Ron Adams last year. How would I play more? Leandro, you're one of our poorer defenders. Okay, help make me better.
And he's done it.
Yeah, I mean, that's. Oh, Iguodala.
He's got it going.
He is 3 for 3 on threes. Dave Yeager's going to use a timeout. He said, okay, I've got Curry and Klay Thompson a little under control, but the rest of the guys in blue are really good. 8-1 Warrior run. Timeout with 9:06 remaining in the half. Warrior lead at 15 with 9:06 remaining in the first half. Our Coors Light cold hard facts. Out of the 30 teams that have started 8-0 in NBA history, these are the 3 best point differentials in those 8 games. Boston in 64-65, the Chicago Bulls, and these Golden State Warriors. So essentially, this is the 3rd best start in the history of the league in terms of record and dominance.
Well, it's impressive, and they want to continue it. They're not satisfied. They're not going to rest on their laurels. They're not going to rest on the Larry O'Brien trophy.
So Mo Spates first playing time. Conley back in, as is Gasol.
Nice recovery.
Barnes slicing to the rim, just couldn't finish, and then had it swatted. Big Mo Spates defending the paint.
Both teams 8 points in the paint. The Grizz, annually, they're in the top 3.
Number 1 a year ago in points in the paint, down to 25th this season. And Gasol, there is a point in the paint bucket. So Livingston, Iguodala, Barbosa, Harrison Barnes, and Mo Spates. Harrison missed the dunk, and he will draw the foul, and that's one he would want back. He is rolling right now with 12 points to lead the Warriors.
He's on the weak side. They're so concerned about coming around for perimeter. Watch him on the right side. He gets that little back screen. Zach Randolph doesn't get there in time. Gasol tries to, gets the foul. But I love those back cuts like that, weak side cuts.
Well, part of the genius of the Warriors was just illustrated on that play. Zach Randolph cannot guard Harrison Barnes as the stretch 4. Barnes is quicker,
yes,
and livelier and younger. And so just that simple cut to the rim got him at point-blank range because Zebo doesn't move as well.
He's overplaying a little bit, thinking he's going to come out to the top of the circle and go out that way on the perimeter. And boy, he made a flash cut.
Barnes and Spates will be challenged here. Harrison, this is a super tough cover. Saul shoots over him and able to rim it in.
Nonetheless, that was terrific defense from Harrison Barnes. He didn't get fooled on the play. He didn't give him anything. Didn't get any closer. He earned the basket.
Clock at 5. Livingston from the baseline.
Nice move. He dribbled through traffic there a little bit. It got jammed up. He just put that ball lower to the floor and split 2 defenders.
Warriors at 50% from the field. Grizzlies at 30. Barnes hitting a 3.
Big shot for them right now.
Grizzlies 2 of 7 from distance. Livingston, that little 2-man game with Mo Spates. That's a shot Mo's normally going to knock down. Pocket pick. Barbosa is fouled as he flips it in.
That's a veteran move. The knowledge. He knows Barnes. He knows he's going to grab him. Nifty ball movement, so he couldn't get to the ball. Squeeze between there. Barnes comes up for the steal. Watch him finish.
Now,
you see how he turned his back, protected the ball?
We call him the Brazilian Blur. That's a nickname people know, but the Warrior teammates call him the layup king. Yes. Because of all those great finishes. He just has a knack.
There are not many people that can finish and opt for a three-point play as he missed that free throw. Then Barnes is going to foul you on purpose, but his speed and his ability to protect that ball got him there. Nice basket.
Draymond Green back in. They go right to Gasol. Draymond with the foul. Warriors are piling up the team fouls a bit. 4. 6:54 left in the second, excuse me.
It's a tough assignment for Draymond. Gives up a lot of height.
Ricochet back out. Shot clock at 4. Conley with the right hand. Draymond with the box out. Deflected away. Spates stays with it. And Memphis comes up with a stop. Force feeding Gasol. You got the huge advantage over Draymond. Played the D again. The push ahead. And Barbosa couldn't use the backboard there. And Memphis is lucky.
Yeah, he was a little far under the basket. Tried everything. Tried to get an angle. Gave it a good shot. But again, Warriors looking to fast break. puts pressure on the Grizz.
Livingston with the overplay, knocked it away. Spates will commit the offensive foul.
Out of control. Once you pick up that ball after all that scramble, just bring it back, get something.
They're playing the defense. Offense sputtering a little bit. Well, as part of the Lexus pursuit of perfection, the Warrior playoff win over Memphis, the 75-footer by Steph Curry. The 6-game series victory, our Lexus pursuit of perfection. There's a lot of respect and a lot of friendship back and forth with both these rosters. And Memphis had that series lead 2-1. Still, the Warriors kind of ran them out of the building the last 3 games. And we've talked about Memphis offensively, but also defensively. Our Geico Advanced Analytic, compared to a year ago, they have dropped in terms of stopping people, particularly from the three-point line and in field goal percentage defense. But you go top 10 to 26. Now, you're only 8 games in, but that's 10% of the season, and that's not a good trend.
Not at all. Well, last year, they allowed 95.1 points a game. Now it's over 100, almost 101. The field goal percentage defensively, 2% more for the opponents this year.
Courtney Lee. And Tony Allen, good hustle and a fresh 24.
Allen was their leading scorer in the first quarter with 7. Only played 4 minutes. But they got way behind.
Oh, Spates, nice block. They give you a bad note for Memphis. Tony Allen still their leading scorer. Spates had that stolen.
Well, Klay Thompson, this is another pass that's gone away.
I'll tell you, if the Warriors were themselves offensively, they'd be up 30 points.
Yep.
They are missing huge opportunities with consistent giveaways on the offensive end. They're coming up with stops every time, but they've been incredibly sloppy this quarter once they cross midcourt. Randolph. They're knocked away. Tebow gets it back. Memphis makes this a single-digit game at the half. The Warriors are going to regret the 5 minutes here in the second quarter.
Memphis is still under 29%. But if you keep turning the ball over, it doesn't matter. They'll climb back in the game just because of that. More possessions.
These aren't great Memphis defense. This is just the Warriors giving possessions away. Spates with a steal.
And with a giveaway.
Tony Allen lays it up and in. But Mo has struggled mightily this quarter. Steph Curry missing there. And the Warriors are letting the building and the Grizzlies back into the game. They had this team left for dead. That will be the 15th foul. Will be free throws. Spates will check out. Festus will check back in.
Getting to the line for the Grizzlies, Marcus Gasol. 2 shots.
Gasol dropping it in. Warriors.com, your home for Warrior Championship apparel. The largest inventory of Warriors Championship items, including hats, t-shirts, and more. All at Warriors.com. Warriors had a 15-point lead, had Memphis completely on the ropes. Could have pushed it into the mid-20s easily, and just were incredibly sloppy. Now Memphis, 9 of the last 11 points, and we got a 7-point game.
10 turnovers already for Golden State.
Klay Thompson, good delivery.
Oh, that was gorgeous. Good awareness. Was going at the proper pace where he could see everything on the floor.
Russ Smith, Michael Green, and nice finish over Ezeli. He warded him off with a free arm and was able to finish.
Green is tough. He loves to get into the basket area.
Steph Curry likes to do the same.
How about that little move? Gets a body and just gets a little advantage and scoops it with the left. I think it surprised the interior players, the defenders of Memphis.
All these fouls have started this parade to the line for the Grizz. They'll shoot 2 more after the mandatory timeout.
It gave me the bug to coach, not so much in college, but, you know, there's a lot of responsibilities in college coaching that you don't have to worry about in the NBA, you know, class checks and curfew and all that type of stuff that I wasn't really into that part of the job in college, but the actual on-court stuff, working with the guys and trying to help them get better was a lot of fun.
And during the lockout, Luke ended up being a college assistant, or AT&T U-verse Rewind. And that was the idea of, hey, you know, maybe I could coach a little bit. Then later in his career, injured a bit, and Phil Jackson said, hey, sit next to me and just let's talk during the game and watch how we do timeouts and things like that. And
well, it was during the lockout, 2011. He said when the lockout ended, he said, I went back to the Lakers. And by the way, over the last 3 minutes, Bob, the turnovers have really hurt the Warriors. 3 of them in that 3-minute period led to 4 points. The Warriors were up, and now all of a sudden it is a 9-point game. So here's what's transpired. They only got 4 field goals because of the turnovers. The Warriors had 4 attempted, 8 attempted by the Grizz. They made 3. They knocked in a couple of free throws, and here they are again with 2 free throws.
so Gasol will shoot 2. We check in with Roz.
Luke Walton told his team it's a great half all game, but the last few minutes we got selfish. When we have open guys, we have to get it to them. If it's not open, move the ball. And when we move the ball and play simple, we can get whatever we want.
And that is very obvious.
Well, the 13-point lead 3 minutes ago is now 8.
6 turnovers in the quarter, but simple execution. The Warriors have been lethal tonight. Play with the corner 3. And
You got to be kidding me. Are they going to call Ezeli for a push-off?
they are, and this will be 2 more free throws.
This is a long rebound that came right out to his area.
Right now. You running away from me. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. Don't say nothing else.
Now here's Ezeli. He's up just inside the free throw line. That was a long rebound. He didn't need to push at all. He did. I'm not sure that he did push that much. Gasol knew it was a long rebound. He sold it. But he did put the left arm into the back. It did not cause Marc Gasol to move off of his feet. There was a little jumping there, and there was no trampoline. But on the board, the Warriors had in there tonight before the game all the little things they want to do defensively, offensively. You've got to play through any bad calls, any officials' bad calls. Can't let it get wrapped up into that kind of emotion.
Conley holding on to Steph Curry, but Memphis is not over the limit yet. So James Michael McAdoo checking in. Festus with 3 fouls, Bogut with 2 fouls, Spates with 2 fouls.
It'll be a test for James Michael. He's a good defender, good position, good rebounder. Not a big score.
Steph turning the corner and had the layup blocked. So Michael Green got a piece.
He loves to be around the basket. That was a great block, and it's still a great move by Stephen. He thought he was home free.
Cutting Conley to Gasol, and he's fouled again.
They're living at the free throw line. The game is slowing down. A lot of stoppages. Just exactly what Memphis wants. turning the corner here. It was a beautiful drive. Getting by Conley and Gasol. And a better block by JaMychal Green. Lucky that ball didn't go in there.
11 free throws for the Grizzlies in the quarter. They shot 4 in the first. Yeah, no issue holding the Grizzlies to 31% shooting, but there's no defense for the foul line.
Because of those turnovers, the Grizzlies have more shots attempted.
38 to 36. Courtney Lee knocking that away. The score is where Memphis would like it. The second quarter, the tempo has been all Grizzlies. The Warriors did run. They just gave the ball away repeatedly. Conley holding on to Steph. And Steph Curry to shoot free throws.
Mike Conley, his third personal. Grizzlies 15 foul.
That's Conley's third foul, so Dave Joerger has a decision here. He may not want to leave him in for the final minute 53. Championship jewelry, courtesy of Jason of Beverly Hills. It's used for men's and women's rings, trophy earrings, variety of necklaces, and logo embossed cufflinks, all at Warriors.com. Dave Joerger likes to go very big here, Jim, where Tony Allen is your point guard. Tony Allen, Courtney Lee. They don't have Russ Smith. They don't have Conley in.
Is that a travel?
Saul missing wildly, and it's Warrior ball.
Uh-oh, we may have an overrule.
Well, the baseline official didn't have the best look, apparently. Ball never hit the rim, so the shot clock is at 9. Gasol had to put it up. Steph Curry with a rebound. So Allen is on Curry here. Out of the hands of Iguodala, gets it back. All moving around. Klay Thompson jumper, well contested. Grizzlies played pretty good defense there. Gasol again, and another foul. Marc Gasol, these will be free throws 9 and 10. And that's all in the quarter. Didn't shoot a single free throw in the first.
A little reach in. You'll see a good angle right here. Got him on the arm. They're looking to go inside, and they're reaping the rewards. Warriors 6 points in the last 4 minutes.
Iguodala has to come out with 3 fouls. Draymond also coming out. Luke Walton doesn't want him to pick up his 3rd foul.
This is exactly what Luke Walton was talking about in the locker room, about playing through all the fouls, and all the disruption that can happen here on the road.
11-point lead at the end of 1. It grew to 15. It's at 4 right now in the final 50 seconds. Mason Thompson right off the bench and right into the bucket.
Nice little jump shot for him. He's got to feel good, help the club. No hesitation.
doubled Gasol. Michael Green found Luke Walton, but he doesn't play for the Grizzlies. And so Memphis turns it over. The Warrior defense has been spectacular.
It certainly has.
They're holding Memphis to 30% shooting. You've had some very interesting free throw opportunities for the Grizz. And it's a 6-point game. The Warriors have themselves to blame that they did not execute all that efficiently offensively. But it never stopped their defensive effort. And this is, as Jim said, this is life on the road in the NBA, particularly in a building where Memphis has had so much success. And the depth of the Warriors, where Jason Thompson comes off your fourth center tonight and still gives you something.
We just have to manage the game, quarter to quarter. First quarter, all Warriors. They did everything right defensively, offensively, things were going, and then all of a sudden they started turning the ball over, and it fueled Memphis into the grinding kind of game that they enjoy.
And then the battle becomes mentally, don't lose focus, don't lose heart, don't lose effort, and just play through all that, and so far so good for the Warriors. Grizzlies 17 free throws in the game, 13 here in the quarter, and 10 by Gasol himself, all in the second. So it's about a 2-second game shot clock difference. And you're going against one of the most rugged on-ball defenders in the league in Tony Allen. The 5, Steph for 3. Long rebound, Klay Thompson. Knocked out of bounds. It's Warrior ball with 2.7. No shot clock now. See how they execute this out of bounds play. Ian Clark missing that 3. Memphis pretty fortunate. That's a good three-point shooter who was wide open. So an 11-point lead at the end of 1. It's 6 at the break. Still playing outstanding defense, but credit Memphis for grinding their way back into the game. And Roz is alongside Andrew Bogut.
Andrew, I noticed no face mask tonight. Why did you opt not to wear it?
3 weeks. 3 weeks, so 3 to 4 weeks. It's 3 weeks today.
I noticed that you got minutes with the second unit. What's your flow like with them?
Oh, it's okay. I think we all move the ball well together. We're playing together. It's a different role for me, but it's a different challenge. So I'm excited to be part of that second group and provide what I can.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Up.
Andrew Bogut, 3 weeks. I'm not wearing that mask anymore. 6-point lead at the break. Greg and Gary in the studio for Warrior Halftime Live, presented by Jack in the Box. The Warriors up half a dozen, trying to start the season 9-0.
Warriors were the better team in the first quarter inside the FedEx Forum on this Wednesday night. 26-15, they outscored them. But Memphis has been horrible in second and third quarters this year. They were the better team in that second quarter. Outscored the Warriors 26-21, and your halftime lead is only 6 after being up as many as 15. Welcome to studio, Warriors Halftime Live, presented by Jack in the Box. Greg Papa, Gary St. Jean, Monty Poole. Let's start with the good. The first quarter, Harrison Barnes, Saint, was terrific. He scored 10 of his 13 in the opening 12 minutes.
Well, we saw a lot of mid-range and back to the basket play. He did have a 3 in there, but, you know, you just love how aggressive is going to the rack. That was acrobatic right there, and there's a good power finish. You got to really be excited about the way he's playing right now. That's a big boost for the team. And he had some friends that helped him. He had Andre Iguodala, who knocked down 3 threes. Yeah. And we had Big Bogues with his fadeaway jumper there that you liked. So
it was almost a 3, Monty.
There was a lot to like.
He makes him practice all the time. With Harrison, though, the big thing with him is you want to see him be aggressive. Tonight he's going to the rack, which is the best time of that. He's going to the basket when he can.
Good call.
All right, that was the good. We will discuss the bad in the next segment. Foul trouble is 1, and sloppy. The Warriors had 10 turnovers in that first half. Festus Ezeli had 3 first-half fouls, likewise for Andre Iguodala, and Mo buckets. He had 3 turnovers in the first half, St. Lee. How do you get out of this in the second quarter, rut and play better in the second half?
30% defensive field goal percentage, beautiful. Cut those turnovers down, and if you get those stops off of that good defense, you're going to get in the open floor. That's where you're going to win the game.
Yeah, they had a 15-point lead. They gave it back with turnovers. If they just keep playing defense, they're going to win the game. The question is by how much.
They've been real spurty lately. We saw this against the Pistons. Spurty. They take spurt on you, spurt back.
Like a Sparty?
No, that's Michigan State. This is spurty. We'll take you back to the grindhouse for the second half. You don't know spurty, St. Lee?
Mighty Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, with the Warriors up 6. Our Jack in the Box at the half. And if you're the Warriors, you're looking at Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, only 4 of 15 shooting. Mike Conley has yet to score, so the backcourt has been odd. The defense has been terrific, holding Memphis to 30% shooting.
Yeah, when you think about 30% shooting, you say, gee, are the Warriors going to be up 20 or 25? They're only up 6 because they turned the ball over. They owned this game. They controlled this game the first quarter and a half, but it all fell apart there with all the turnovers. And then Marc Gasol got going inside. A lot of points in the paint and second chance points that the Warriors had prevented in that first quarter came to life. And they got 13 free throws. They made 11 free throws, the Grizzlies did, in that second quarter.
And the nice thing for the Warriors, their depth on display, where Harrison Barnes and Iguodala actually led them in scoring, which is why they're up 6. They squandered a first-half opportunity, and Memphis is saying, hey, we're right in the ball game.
Absolutely, and where would the Warriors be without Iguodala hitting those 3 threes that he made tonight? Warriors desperately needed that. But they've got to settle it down. I think the first half and the break there couldn't come too soon for them.
Well, you look at the score, it favors the Grizzlies. The tempo favors the Grizzlies. They want it low scoring, but if the Warriors play this kind of defense, they will win the game. Second chance points, that's where Memphis missed a lot of shots. They got to the glass. The Warriors have the deeper bench, and that showed out.
Yeah, 9 of those 11 second chance points came in that quarter, and also points in the paint. They just excelled at that with Marc Gasol inside. They've got to find some way to stop him and yet stay out of foul trouble.
6-point lead halfway through, but the work half done. The third quarter is on the way. Back in Memphis, Tennessee, with the Warrior lead at 6. They've done a great job for Veterans Day here in Memphis, and this week as part of the Hoops for Troops program. The NBA family and the Department of Defense are teaming up to give back and better communities. Join us and share your commitment to service by visiting nba.com/hoopsfortroops.
There's one of our naval World War II veterans. He's celebrating his 96th birthday today. I believe his name is Bob Bedford. Bob Bedford, 96 years age today. He served in, we looked at the board a while ago in the first quarter when they were celebrating that. He served in North Africa, Italy, Sicily, and France, and landed at Utah Beach.
Wow.
How about that?
Oh, man.
How about that?
Wow.
96 years old today.
Part of the greatest generation. World War II vets. Amazing. So Marc Gasol working with Randolph, that big-to-big passing. Zebo getting the rebound, but another foul. So starting this second half, it's Ezeli, Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Marc Gasol, Zach Randolph, Courtney Lee, Mike Conley, and Tony Allen.
Let's see how these first 2-3 minutes go. Who's going to show up? Who's going to have the determination?
Randolph missing there, and Harrison Barnes the rebound.
The will and the way. The Warriors want to play quick, but not in a hurry.
Nearly a turnover, and Harrison was falling out of bounds trying to save the errant pass. That second quarter was played in concrete. And it was not fun for anyone.
Ball ricocheting around. Well, the Grizz should bring some kind of inspiration to that. They're looking for some kind of inspiration this year.
Well, Grizzlies
after losing 3 in a row here and 3 and 5 on the season.
Festus knocking that away. Great defense.
The Warriors are intent on getting their hands up in the passing lanes, and it pays off for them. Conley went under the screen, recovering that.
Festus the offensive rebound. But If you're Memphis, you shoot 30% at home for a half, and you're only down 6, that's a win. Klay Thompson along 2.
Curry just going backdoor on a back cut. It brings the defense in. That time it was Courtney Lee who sagged off too far from Klay.
You got to think Conley's going to get going offensively, Jim. He is scoreless, 0 for 7. Averages about 13 a game.
Well, it's a good sign for them, though. They're only down by 8.
Right. Tony Allen.
Yeah, they pointed the wrong way. Thompson did a great job there, and Tony's showing you that he pulled on his arm, and he did. He didn't let him run for the ball. 12 years in the league for Tony Allen. And, of course, Tony Allen, Marc Gasol, Zach Randolph, and Mike Conley have been together now 6 years.
Yep.
That helps.
Tony's not going to be happy. He held on to Klay Thompson coming off that screen.
You know, interesting stat. With Zach Randolph on the floor, last year, the Grizzlies shot 39% from three-point range. When he was off the floor, 34%. That's because people load up on him down there and double team, leave people open. Warriors never turn it over.
Tony Allen knocked that away, and Klay couldn't regather, and he touched it last.
You've got to get your shot attempts up, the Warriors do. And you keep turning the ball over, you don't get a shot attempt, and you give the ball to them, it gives them more chances.
Saul got Klay on a switch. He knocked it away initially, took it away a second time. Steph Curry in between the teeth of the defense, laying it in and drawing the foul.
Oh, he understands pace.
Which was more
control.
impressive? Klay taking it from Gasol twice, or Steph's finish?
I'd say the finish. It was a nice steal. But watch what he does here. He gets sandwiched by 2 defenders, but he slows up just enough to let them run by and to get a little clearance. And under control and protected the ball.
So Steph Curry joins Harrison Barnes in double figures. The Warrior lead pushed back to double figures.
Some kind of finish. Very special.
Saul's got Harrison on a switch.
He's got double teams. The show anyway.
Shot clock at 7. Courtney Lee down the lane to lay it in.
That was impressive.
That was Courtney Lee's first basket. Memphis starting backcourt hadn't scored.
When he scores 15 points or more, based on last year's stats.
Oh, they never lose.
That's exactly right. I think they were like 15-1.
Steph got caught up in the air. Tony Allen to lay it up and in.
On that lazy pass.
Even the great ones don't ever leave your feet.
Unless you immediately have somewhere to go with it.
Shot clock at 7. Shot clock at 3. Zealy is just having a very rough night. That'll be an offensive foul. 4 fouls in 11 minutes. And Festus has got to be frustrated.
Well, it's a tough load inside with Marc Gasol. First team All-NBA. First team All-NBA player for the Grizzlies in their 21st year of the franchise.
Conley had missed another shot, but he'll be bailed out again. So a couple free throws coming. As Bogut had checked in for Zealy.
At the line for the Grizzlies, Mike Conley.
And when someone is really struggling, the last thing you want to do is have them get on the foul line and try to find that rhythm. Curry and Conley going at each other at the point. Free throw is in.
We'll see how he responds getting 2 free throws. But I agree with you. Never like to give someone free points when they haven't scored yet. Don't foul him on a shot.
Bogut, tic-tac-toe. Draymond stayed with it. Nicely done. A good second effort.
No surprise there. He just doesn't give up on the play. He doesn't assume. They made a great block from behind, but it came right back to him. He was ready.
Marc Gasol initially. Conley hiding behind the big man.
But Curry's right there. His defense is superb this year, Steph Curry.
Memphis turns it over.
Nice bounce pass for Steph, and the extra one inside. They didn't call a foul there. Draymond didn't worry. He just tapped it back in.
Conley and Courtney Lee playing good D. And Tony Allen blocked by Draymond.
As I said, he doesn't give up. He doesn't assume. He stays in play.
Hand off. And Gasol. Shot clock at 1 to 3. Zebo keeping it alive. Courtney Lee comes away with it and lost it out of bounds.
The ball is a little slippery for people tonight, especially on that baseline. We saw that in the first half for the Warriors.
Steph Curry missing the three.
He's just not finding his rhythm from three-point range tonight. Not yet.
Zebo running the floor.
Yep, he got the position on Draymond.
That early rim run, you're not moving him off the block then. The Warriors are stuck in a wrestling match.
They're sloppy with the ball tonight. Sometimes it seems like too much of a hurry.
Offensive foul. Draymond Green drawing it.
Conley is not playing his normal game.
And he's picked up his 4th foul.
I mean, he just took this to a heap of trouble. It's very unlike Mike Conley.
Dave Yeager's going to leave him in with the 4 fouls. So the Warriors going to light the fuse offensively. That becomes the question. Steph Curry.
In and out.
Steph has shot 41% the last 2 games, and he's 4 of 13 tonight. So a little mini slump for the MVP. Can't play Gasol any better. We got an offensive foul on Matt Barnes going for the rebound.
Tough to get in the paint with Draymond, no matter how big you are.
That's spectacular defense right there. Think of the size and weight he's giving away. Never let him get deep on the block. Challenged the shot. Didn't foul. Shot clock at 5. Another turnover.
You ready for this, Bob? You know how many turnovers in this quarter, third? 7.
Insane.
7.
Randolph to the line. Timeout comes at a good time. 5:52 remaining in the third. The Warriors have the lead. Memphis hasn't played their style of game. Warrior lead at 5 with 5:52 remaining in the third. You know the Warriors have turned Saturday night into Slate Night, presented by DraftKings. Well, Brooklyn in town when the Warriors get home from this road trip. That'll be a Slate Night. You can be there with official verified tickets at Warriors.com at 888-GSW-HOOP. Warriors have never lost a game in their Slate Night uniforms.
They were scheduled to wear them, I believe, in Sacramento, but
They
it didn't
were,
work out.
but Sacramento wore their black uniforms.
Yeah.
Checking back in for the Grizzlies.
Bob, you look at all these stats, and the Warriors with 17 turnovers. They average just under 15 a game. You know, Steph Curry's 4 of 13 shooting, 1 of 6 from threes. All the bad stuff, the turnovers, giving up points in the paint for Memphis. But it just illustrates the Warriors have the lead. They still have the lead. They didn't have the lead only in the early moments of the game. It just kind of illustrates how much Memphis is struggling this year, doesn't it?
Zach Randolph. Free throw 21 for the Grizz. He drops it in. We check in with Roz.
You mentioned the game has turned to the way the Grizzlies want to play. Luke Walton told the team, don't give in to what they want. The pushing, the holding. If they want to do that, back cut and make them pay. This is what we want. We want to compete.
Russ Smith called for the foul.
They're trying to grab and hold a little bit. The interchange between Stephen and Klay. And by the way, with Matt Barnes on Klay Thompson, he's one of the biggest grabbers in the game today. His hands will be all over you if you try to make a cut.
Klay Thompson to Bogut. He's spun down by Barnes.
Yeah, he saw that one coming. So he kind of tried to hold himself there. Beautiful look from Klay Thompson. Klay goes back door. This is that back cut you're talking about. He gets the pass. And Barnes made no attempt to hold the big tree up. And he certainly didn't want to get underneath and land. that wouldn't feel good.
No, that's for sure. You talked about the type of game we have, though, Jim. You're already at 35 fouls in this game.
And it's very predictable.
And so this is the way Memphis can win, and they often do win in this building. The Warriors have to try to get these stops and get out in the open floor where you're not going to have the clutching and grabbing and the banging and bumping.
Only the third game for Andrew Bogut this season. There's Barnes.
It's an offensive foul.
Yep. So Bogut, those are his first free throws, 1 or 2 tonight.
Randolph created the offensive foul to let Barnes turn the corner. Back to Bogut. And Matt Barnes, nice steal.
Went right to it. That doesn't happen from Andrew Bogut very often.
Zebo deep position. Bogut held him. He was being walled off, and then he just grabbed the arm.
How he got deep position is what's frustrating Andrew Bogut right now. He crashed in away from the ball early. That's where you've got to stay kind of ball side so that he can't come in that direction.
This is kind of amazing, though. You have a team shooting 29% from the field, and they're down 4 points. I mean, that almost defies all basketball logic. So now Luke Walton saying, all right, let's go small here and see if we can speed this up. Draymond moves to 5. Harrison Barnes at the 4.
Gasol out. You can get away with that.
You know they're going to go right to Randolph. We got it now.
But he's got Draymond Green. Draymond will match this.
Zebo on the box.
He's going to score. He's still kept him out of the paint. That's your objective. Say this, Memphis is playing D.
Shot clock at 5. Klay Thompson trying to quiet the crowd. Memphis can tie it. This trip down.
They'll take the lead with a 3.
Steph Curry, beautiful knock away. The push ahead to Iguodala, and he's got the dunk.
Great timing for that one. And they right the ship. Keep it going.
Randolph again. Total ISO. He scored the last trip. Steph comes to double, and he'll get to the line again. And now it's finally a technical foul. I was waiting on this.
It's on Draymond. And Draymond's wondering, how am I supposed to play him? I took away his right shoulder, which he always comes back to. I had good position. He felt he just got run over.
Draymond took one for the team there.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of guys in blue that have had an issue.
Well, let's watch the defense. Great angle right here. Banging, banging. And they called the foul on Draymond. Maybe for the right arm reaching down. You know, you might, to sell it and really show it. This is radical, Bob, but how about putting both hands behind your back as he starts to go up, and you just hold your position, let him bump into you? They certainly can't call a defensive foul.
Here's the other thing, and Luke Walton may go to this. Are there great perimeter shooters on Memphis? You could double him and get the ball out of his hands and dare anyone else not named Zach Randolph to beat you. You have the Grizzlies shooting 30% from the field.
But right now, he's just running over Draymond.
And so 3 free throws and a 15-5 Grizzly run to make it a 1-point game. Another turnover. Courtney Lee in the passing lane. They doubled Zach Randolph, got it out of his hands, and Memphis turned it over.
Well, Green had an easy layup. He just lost it. Slipped right out of his hands. And there was nowhere to go for Stephen here.
It's a blocking foul, and that will be free throws.
Aggressive D, scattered basketball, disruptive. Dave Yeager didn't like the call. And he's moving on it.
That's not even a hard call. Steve Anderson got it correct.
Nonetheless, you can see the way the Grizzlies are playing. You've got to be a little sharper. You've got to make sure there's space to go.
So Courtney Lee got the technical free throw. Steph knocked that down.
You've got to meet this kind of defense and beat this kind of defense with passing and cutting. Less dribbling.
Yeah, you lose credibility when you park on calls that are obvious. So Steph Curry with 3 free throws, the technical and 2 more here, with Memphis being over the limit. So Steph's got 15. Harrison Barnes 13, Iguodala 11. Randolph and Gasol 15 apiece. And Tony Allen's got 11, and we have another foul.
This will be on Harrison, as he is matched up now on Zach Randolph.
Heading to the line for the Grizzlies, Zach Randolph.
So Marc Gasol shot 10 free throws. Randolph has shot 7. Free throws will be 26-16 after these 2 are taken. And with Memphis still stuck at 30% shooting, they have gone to the line to stay in the game. And the Warrior turnovers in the second quarter were more Warrior problems. The turnovers in the third, Memphis has played very good defense. And they've been in the passing lanes, and they've had some nice steals.
They have. Some of them have been gifts, though. When you're straight in the middle of the passing, you can't throw it through someone.
So back to a 2-point game. Curry down the lane to lay it up and in.
Okay, that's toughness right there. Composure.
And Curry another steal. Forgot the ball. Russ Smith. Good effort. Banged into Curry again. And he banked it in.
Banked into 3, looking for a foul. He had no intention of really taking that shot, except for he thought a whistle was coming.
Out of all the whistles we've had all night, there wasn't one there, and Steph still threw in a 3. Courtney Lee and another foul.
Stephen is amazed at this. He threw that ball up, thought he'd gotten bumped, doesn't get a foul, no 3 free throws, the ball goes in.
Oh, man. What a wild game. And a lot of it doesn't make sense. And the Warrior lead is 7. Warrior lead at 8-7, 2:14 remaining in the third. Our Ford right choice, Andre Iguodala, joined ABD Insurance and Financial Services for a Learning Without Limits event at the Chabot Space and Science Center last Thursday. 50 students from San Francisco, as Iguodala participated in a live science show in Chabot's Megadome Theater, assisting scientists educating the students in the process of turning wind and light into variable sources of energy. Iguodala has been very good off the bench. Tim, we're going to see Steph Curry make a lot of threes this year. I don't think we're going to see too many underhand banked 27-footers after he got shoved. That's not going to happen very often,
if at all.
Now, Zach Randolph committed a rebounding foul as we went to the timeout, so Iguodala is going to shoot 2 free throws.
He was very good in that first half, particularly from three-point range. For tonight, he is 3 of 3, 4 of 5 overall. These are his first free throws. Warriors have had 9 turnovers in this quarter, but the Grizzlies have had 8. Kind of evened out.
Iguodala splitting the pair. So 11-point lead at the end of 1, 6 at the half, 8 right now. The final 2 minutes of the third.
They have to feel very good about this.
Jeff Green with an offensive foul, trying to push off and set up shop on Livingston in the block.
Well, so far, Jeff Green has been a disappointment tonight. He has not helped them at all.
Livingston, Harrison Barnes, Iguodala, Steph Curry, and Barbosa. Again, it's Barnes beating Zach Randolph to the rim again.
How about that little reverse pivot? Actually, it's a front pivot as he's wheeled around at 360 and dunks it.
Randolph cannot guard him off the ball like that.
Well, especially when he moves crisply.
There's a foul. And Russ Smith was hammered. So Russ Smith to shoot a pair, try to end the Warrior 8-0 run.
At the line for the Grizzlies, Russ Smith. 2 shots.
He just threw himself into Harrison, and they've got to call that foul. It was a foul.
It was. He's firing on the free throw.
Always like to test somebody to see if he can make a shot. Then you worry about trying to block it later on. Another sequence.
Michael Green switches out onto Steph. Very deep three.
He challenged the double team there.
Another foul.
Foul number 34, Sean Livingston.
Well, it keeps him in the game. A team that's shooting at 30%. Test that. Keep testing it. See if they can knock some down. But they're going to knock down free throws.
Memphis has been very good from the line. 26 of 29. Nearly 90%.
Well, you might as well wrap it in a gift with a ribbon.
Second round pick 2 years ago out of Louisville. Knocking them both down.
Barnes can play defense. He gets beaten there.
Livingston out to Barbosa. His three. Rimming out.
And this is what you call out of rhythm offensively.
Memphis ball out of bounds.
Defense is disruptive. It's determined. It's gritty tonight. Tough to play through it. Get your rhythm. Usually do that with passing. Passing and cutting. The extra pass. The extra one after that. So he's always going to come right shoulder. So that means when he's on the right side, you got to take away the middle. Easier said than done.
They were effective with the double teams. That time the help came a little late. Randolph's got 19.
Warriors still hang tough with that lead.
Steph Curry to lay it in and draw the foul. What a screen by Harrison Barnes.
Well,
Russ Smith disappeared.
Steph Curry may be off his three-point shooting tonight, but he's doing a great job, particularly in this half, getting to the basket. Switching hands there to make sure he gets the shot off, not blocked. Has a chance for a three-point play.
Harrison, that was a tremendous screen. Steph read it beautifully, and he was gone with a three-point play.
Big quarter for Steph.
He's got 23.
Where would they be without him?
14 in the third.
Again, they've got an 8-point lead. They're withstanding everything that Memphis can bring.
Curry knocking it away. Steph Curry to beat the buzzer. Good! Another three!
That may be deeper than the one he threw off the board.
The steal, the three as time expired.
What a sequence to finish the quarter and get double-digit lead again.
So Steph Curry, spectacular with 26 in the game, 17 in the third. Play the D, beat the buzzer.
He knew this was in.
Final six quick by the MVP. Lead at the end of one. A hotly contested game. Harrison Barnes double figures. Marc Gasol went to the foul line 10 times in the second quarter. Zebo working inside in the third as Memphis would draw to 2. But Steph Curry hit a crazy running three, and then a steal and a three to end the third. And it's an 11-point Warrior lead as we head into the fourth.
Steph Curry, a 17-point third quarter with tremendous defense being played.
Michael Green, great block.
They got nothing out of that except a double dribble. How about that? The mistakes by Memphis. They shoot themselves in the foot.
So Mike Conley with JaMychal Green, Jeff Green, Matt Barnes, and Marc Gasol. Bogut Barbosa with Harrison Barnes, Iguodala, and Sean Livingston.
Gasol did not score in that third quarter.
17-point third quarter by Steph Curry. Iguodala's had the jumper rolling, but rimmed that out.
Try to stay out of foul trouble. Don't put them on in the bonus early on.
Shot clock at 3. Matt Barnes off iron, and Bogut with the rebound.
Well, like you said, double team if you have to. Make them kick it out. Test their perimeter shooting.
They're shooting 30% for the game and 2 of 11 on threes. Nobody in white has any rhythm on jump shots. Bogut, little flip shot, just off iron.
Got what they wanted.
Michael Green, pretty steady bench player. He's got 9 points, 8 rebounds, couple blocks.
He gets back to the Memphis.
Harrison Barnes. What a game for Harrison. So efficient. 6 of 10, 17 points.
Working hard. Believe me, every time you make a move out there with the ball, and even away from the ball, someone's grabbing you.
Conley cannot find it. 0 for 9.
First player always goes back door because they're overplaying.
Iguodala had it knocked away. Shot clock at 7. Bogut's hit one jumper. That one looked good off back iron.
Clock is winding down. Why not?
Gasol. Now, Marc Gasol, he's only 4 of 12. I mean, he's done all his damage at the foul line.
Exactly.
Bosa.
He was trying to get it to Andrew.
And Bogut knocked it away, but called for the foul. He did it from behind Gasol.
Andrew Bogut had a dunk, had he been able to complete the pass.
Checking back in for the Grizzlies, Tony Allen.
Draymond Green checking in, and Ezeli's right behind him.
Ezeli, who spent most of the night in foul trouble in the minutes on the floor.
Well, Bogus got 5, so he's got to sit. Conley, Matt Barnes, Tony Allen, JaMychal Green, Marc Gasol. Estes, Draymond, Iguodala with Livingston and Barbosa. Tony Allen from the baseline. I'll tell you, the 13 they've got from Tony Allen on 5 of 7 shooting. Michael Green, that's an easy foul call. 8:56. The Warriors continue this undefeated start. The Grizzlies finally get them.
Welcome back to the FedEx Forum. Warriors up 7 on the Grizzlies. Steph Curry worked with his personal trainer, Brandon Payne, with the FitLight trainer. And as we spoke before, it's a machine that uses colored lights to signify different moves or types of shots. Well, I spoke with Brandon Payne, and he said the FitLight trainer actually grades you, how well you read it and how fast you do it. And he said that Steph Curry, compared to other guards he works with, is the standard. It's not even close. He's a Jedi. He said where he feels Steph has improved the most is off the bounce. He's got a variety of moves and finishes and touches on the ball. And he says you cut one move off against him, he's got a counter. And then he's got a counter for his counter. It's just unreal.
Well, Roz, if he's going to start throwing in 25-foot underhanded bank shot threes, then you're really setting a new standard. But all that cognitive training Steph does, I think he's ahead of the curve. John Livingston coming from weak to strong to catch that and toss in the mid-range.
Only his second shot of the night in 18 minutes. He's not concerned about his average, the numbers at all. He just plays the game, and he's 2 for 2 tonight.
It was a nice sequence coming out of the timeout. Festus, he knows Gasol can hit that, but with 4 fouls, he can't leave the speed as he did in the prior possession.
He almost has to give that to him, and Gasol can shoot from 20 feet out. It's just a little push set shot. Old school. Maybe Sean feels it.
Pocket 5, Barbosa.
He avoided and got away from the entanglement where he was grabbed.
Well, I tell you, this is where you love the Warriors. Livingston with a bucket, Barbosa with the bucket. They're so deep and they're such a team. Michael Green, good position. Draymond played the D. Clay just got sloppy. Had to know a player was behind him there. A 9-point lead in the ball, and Michael Green took it away. Clock at 4, Barnes. Memphis living for jumpers.
Barnes very cold tonight.
Matt Barnes is 1 of 8. Mike Conley 0 for 9. Courtney Lee 1 of 6.
The bumpy.
Klay Thompson, a 3 out of the corner.
Boost that lead up again to 12. The Grizzlies make you work for everything that you get. And I'm even talking about space on the floor and positions on the floor. Just dribbling the ball.
That's better. Festus stayed down.
Take away the right hand, make him go left.
Can't claim any better than that. Draymond with a rebound. Speeding. And Allen fouling him. The growth of Festus Ezeli from one sequence where he left his feet and Gasol went by him to gapping him and then playing him so nicely there.
And how about Draymond Green fighting for a rebound with the Grizzlies inside and coming out of the pack to push that fast break and put the foul on him.
Barbosa, 4 points, 4 assists.
Got to meet pressure with pressure.
Draymond 3, and the Warriors trying to put him away right now. Their biggest lead at 15, and Memphis has to take time. 10 unanswered for the world champs. 6:28 left. Do they move to 9-0 and continue this best start in West Coast history.
These last 2 minutes have they made a statement, tying the biggest lead of the game of 15.
Heading off to Minneapolis on the back end of a back-to-back. Warriors and the Timberwolves at 4 o'clock with a 1-hour edition of Warrior Pregame Live. We'll tip it at 5. Our first look at Karl Anthony Towns, the #1 pick. Andrew Wiggins, the previous #1 pick. And Wiggins, in one of the craziest games you'll ever see, Minnesota had a 34-point lead against Atlanta.
Yes.
They blew the lead and then had an 11-0 run to win the game.
Yes. They went in spurts. This is not going to be a game like we've seen the last few years. Minnesota is for real.
They lost to Charlotte where Wiggins and Rubio sat out, as did Kevin Garnett. They're all going to play tomorrow night.
Rubio shooting a lot better this year.
40% on threes.
Unheard of.
Minnesota, their team on the rise. That's all the West needs, Jim. Another good team. Shot clock at 7. Draymond left his feet.
Well, Marc Gasol, you got to give him credit. I mean, there are 4 defenders around him. He still can control the basketball. He's got great hands, and he had time for a pump fake. With all of that congestion, he still managed a pump fake, which got Draymond in jeopardy.
And Gasol and Randolph are very stubborn trying to score the ball or get to the line because their teammates around them have done nothing. And Conley and Courtney Lee, the starting backcourt, is 1 of 15. So they're not passing out to the guards to shoot. Gasol with 20, Zach Randolph with 19.
It's only the second game this year where Gasol has had 20. He had a ton of them last year, a few over 30. But now he's got 21. That's a season high for Marc Gasol.
But Luke Walton's going to have no issue with Gasol being 5 of 14 from the field. And the Warrior defense, by and large, has been pretty good on him. Free throws just part of the game.
You can see how you have to come meet every ball on a pass because the defense is there looking for steals.
Shot clock at 3. Draymond another 3. Festus for the offensive rebound, and he was fouled.
He got inside position. He just took off as soon as that shot was launched.
Third team foul on Memphis.
Memphis has 13 steals tonight, Bob. 13 steals. The Warriors have 11. It's been that kind of night.
But Tony Allen on Steph. Draymond to an open Curry in the corner. And we have another rebounding foul as Zealy drew another one.
Well, good for him. Balas is out. So much foul trouble early on in this game. He just plays with an intensity that you can't teach. He just has it.
I like the fact that he didn't get dejected with those 4 fouls. And he's a lot of young guys start poorly and they never recover in a given game. Curry behind the back, setting up Draymond's 3. A good look at it.
Gasol made sure that he blocked out Festus that time. He
Yes,
never looked.
he did.
He just blocked him face up. Didn't go for the rebound. Just make sure that Festus couldn't get there.
Conley working with Gasol, and he was held. Draymond held him as Gasol was going to roll.
I've just never seen Mike Conley in this much of a funk. 0 for 9.
Draymond's fouled out of the game.
Well, he's already got 1 technical. He's going to go quietly into the night. So Harrison. Festus Ezeli. Gasol and Randolph.
Shot clock at 3. Conley's got a launch. Continues the goose egg night. 0 for 10. Livingston.
How efficient has he been?
The 4th quarter. Livingston, Barbosa, Draymond 3, Curry. The Warriors can hurt you in so many ways.
Once again, that 15-point lead. And time is running out for the Grizz. They need some 3-point shots.
Poked away. It's still Memphis ball. The backcourt matchup, even though Clay has had only an 8-point game, is 34-5.
Yes. No. He's just taking what he can get. And it's been very tough tonight.
Lee down the lane. Sent away. And a foul on Randolph on the rebound.
You've got a little over 4 minutes left in the game. The Grizzlies have 73. Bob, they're 29th in the league, averaging 91 points a game. They're not going to get near that number tonight.
Well, the Warriors held them to 69 in Oakland.
Yeah.
73 in Memphis.
And still 32% tonight shooting for the Grizz.
Put it this way, where would the Grizzlies be without their 32 free throws?
Back below 69.
That's right. The mini championship replica trophy night against the Bulls, presented by Mountain Dew. That'll be November 20th for the first 10,000 fans. You could be there at 888-GSW Hoop. Chicago with Derrick Rose and Jimmy Butler and Pau Gasol.
Well, the Warriors win this with some defense. This has been... Memphis tried to put their will at the defensive end on the Warriors. The Warriors matched that, and the Warriors had more to offer on their defensive end.
Marc Gasol was fouled.
Call that on Harrison.
It's only the fourth team foul. You mentioned the core group for Memphis haven't played together for 6 years, Jim.
Yes.
You got to wonder about their window in the West.
Yep.
They can't play a different style.
Not with this team. Not with this group.
They don't have the roster to do it. And they got good bigs in Gasol and Randolph. Iguodala, and that's Harrison picking up that foul. Andre said, wait a minute. I think I got ball, which he did, but Harrison Barnes committed the foul. And you look at a night like tonight, Dave Yeager's going to say, hey, you worked your rear ends off defensively on the Warriors. You forced 21 turnovers. You, as you said, contested every pass. You certainly battled. It's not lack of effort.
No.
But on the other side of the court, there's just an offensive shortage.
There are just a few options to go to, and they're pretty predictable.
Ron Adams and Luke Walton and Jaron Collins, they have a lot more options. It's games like this, too, for the Warriors that make you appreciate the Oklahoma City games.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't want to play 82 games like this. You'd be awfully sore. Klay Thompson, three. Harrison Barnes soaring.
A nice carom. Around the rim, back in to the board, and sometimes you make your luck, and that's what Harrison did there.
Good time to have the biggest lead of the game. At 3:24 left, up 17. There was a time where the Memphis Grizzlies bothered the Warriors. As Conley, this will be now 6 wins in the last 7 regular season meetings between these two teams. They have solved the riddle of the Grizzlies. The game could not have been any choppier or any slower in the second and third. As Iguodala will shoot 2 here. 2:55 left. Are the Warriors going to move to 9-0? You can answer in the affirmative. Matter of fact, you can answer emphatically. Well, for the Rams shot of the game, we're going to connect the dots. Game 6, end of the third quarter. In the playoffs a year ago, 70-footer good. End of the third quarter tonight after the steal. Steph Curry, 47 feet or so. Just as good. Our Ram shots of the game.
And he knew that was in all the way.
Streak continued again tonight. Steph made 3 threes, but consecutive games. 3 made, moving up to 82.
Well, the Warriors are going to move to 9-0. The Grizzlies are going to move to 3-6. And I'm not sure they're going to find any answers. They came out, tried to play their game. The Warriors met that challenge. And Memphis now, they were 29th in points coming into the night. They could fall to 30th. They've got 75 right now with just under 3 minutes to go. They were the worst shooting team in the league, and they're shooting at 32% tonight. On the year, they're .405. I mean, these stats are staggering.
This is the 70th season of NBA basketball. The Warriors are one of the original teams. You know when they've ever started 10-0? Never. And that will be what they're shooting for tomorrow night.
Yes.
Not in Philly, not in the West Coast. Never started 10-0. And they'll have an opportunity to do that with a very good, young, talented Timberwolves team tomorrow. Steph Curry with a steal. Tracking him down, Mike Conley, and that'll be a goaltend. JaMychal Green could be in my rotation.
Well, he's going to give you effort. His plus-minus tonight isn't very good. He's going to make mistakes, and this is, I wouldn't call this a mistake. He just is going to go in anyway, so he just goaltends it. I was worried about him landing on the back of Stephen Curry late in the game here when you're lead by 20. Tommy may get his first basket.
I was going to say, you almost want him to get one. He's 0 for 11. Mike is such a good guy and a good player. He's having a rugged night. Matt Barnes, 1 of 8. Conley, 1 for 12. And Courtney Lee, 1 of 7.
Hackett, not for the wings.
You're not beating the Warriors with that. Iguodala? Oh, his 3 has been money.
How about this? He's a perfect 4-4 tonight.
He is. 18 off the bench for Andre.
2 minutes.
He's been working on it. Pays dividends. But Memphis has to be disillusioned. This team that won 55 games last year.
Now this is the time, a minute 54 here. You saw the JaMychal Green play?
Yes.
See, if I'm Luke Walton, I'm emptying at the bench. I want Curry out, Klay Thompson out.
I'm with you.
You know, this is Gideon Clark, who is right at the scorer's table. James Michael McAdoo right at the scorer's table. Games in hand. You don't want Memphis, and they're pretty classy, but you don't want them to be frustrated and do something here. You beat a team by 50, you come to their own building, and you're beating them by 20 again. And so Steph is done. Harrison Barnes, a terrific night with 19 on 7 of 11 shooting. Steph Curry's 28, and that scoring average goes down again.
It does, just from 32.5 to what it would be, around 31 plus.
Just so impressed that all 13 Warriors played tonight, and it was in that fourth quarter where 4 different players scored baskets at a critical time. And Memphis had to be wondering, which guy in blue can we even stop?
Well, so early in the game, Warriors never let them back into it. Yes, it got within 4-3, got within 1. When Curry made that steal, it changed the game.
Greg and Gary, Monty Poole getting ready for a Honda postgame live. Iguodala with 20. Well, the other night, Jim, we had 1 lead change and 1 tie. Okay. Tonight we've had 2 lead changes and 1 tie.
Okay. Just wonder which other night you're talking about.
Monday night against Detroit.
Against Detroit. All right.
Detroit led 2-0. Game was tied at 2-2. The Warriors never trailed. Tonight, 2 lead changes and 1 tie.
Same scenario.
Ian Clark had Russ Smith take that away. Smith, nice reverse. As McAdoo was trailing him. So on to Minnesota. Look at the #1 picks in the last couple drafts. Karl-Anthony Towns has 5 double-doubles out of his first 7 games.
He can play.
There's only 4 centers in history that have ever begun a career that way. And they're all the good ones. So I'm talking Shaq and Wilt. You know, it's a good list to be on.
Maybe Walt Bellamy, he averaged over 30 as a rookie. If you're going to call him one of the greats, big-time scorer.
Warriors turn it over. I've always liked Ricky Rubio's game as a defender and how he runs the club. He was such a poor shooter that he's worked on it so much that it's exciting for Minnesota and the league that Rubio would find a jump shot. Gasol going to shoot a three. So Gasol and Randolph gave Dave Yeager all they had. 45 of Memphis's 84 from the two big guys. Grizzlies still 34% shooting for the game as a team.
For Gasol, he made 3 threes last year. It's his first this year. Well, Andre Iguodala was perfect from three-point range. He'll end up a paltry 4 or 5.
Well, the Warriors are awfully good.
They are.
They moved to 9-0. They've beaten Memphis twice now. New Orleans twice now. Houston as well. These are playoff teams they vanquished from a year ago. Steph Curry, that flurry at the end of the third quarter, that put Memphis away. And the Warriors win it by 16. Memphis played very good defense. They were physical. They bothered the Warriors. But the brilliance of Steph Curry for that 17-point third quarter. You mentioned, Jim, without the jumper really on, it was all the different drives. And then sometimes even the inexplicable.
Against tough defense, rugged defense. Even when he thinks he was going to get fouled with no call, and then a steal at the end of the third quarter to knock down that three, he just fights through everything. His will is so tremendous. He just plays right through everything.
And Roz is alongside the MVP.
Steph, when you hit those crazy circus shots, are you aware of how demoralizing that is for the other team?
I mean, on the road you hear the crowd and it's kind of fun, but the one I thought I was trying to draw a foul, that's one a coach would never tell you to take, no matter how well you're shooting. But I felt contact, and obviously, thankfully, it went in because there's no call. But just a good way to end the third quarter and open the game up for us.
How about that swished runner to end the third? You knew it was good?
Nah, I had to watch it the whole way. I like buzzer beaters in this arena. It's pretty cool. But like another, we call it big mo. Big momentum to end a quarter where you can close out on a strong note, and hopefully in the fourth we could keep that momentum going.
Yeah, closing out on a strong note. When the team needs something, how much responsibility are you taking to be assertive yourself this year?
I mean, you gotta lead. Whether that's trying to get shots up or get us into more of a flow on offense or whatever it calls for. I try to help my team win. And there's been guys all year that have stepped up in certain situations where we've kind of got a little stagnant and got us out of the hole. Tonight, I thought I helped a little bit. So that's the beauty of our team. And we're tough to beat for 48 minutes.
Throughout the game tonight, there were a lot of fouls. How does that affect this team and the game?
I think we've grown up a lot in that area where no matter if it's an ugly game, an up-tempo game, high scoring, low scoring, we always find a way to compose ourselves. And we knew they were going to try to dirty up the game and make it a paint game and be physical. And you don't know how the game's going to be called, but we were able to overcome that by getting stops, getting out to our tempo, overcoming poor shooting, and just finding a way.
All right, well, thanks, Steph. That was fun.
Appreciate it.
Bob?
100-84. Last year, regular season playoffs, so this year's regular season, the Golden State Warriors are 92-20 in the last 112 basketball games they played. Steph Curry's right. You want to muck up the game, you want to play slow, you want to play physical, you want to play fast. Any way you want to play, the Warriors are ready for you. 100-84, Warrior Postgame Live, presented by Honda, is coming up next.
Well, Steph Curry is the best long-distance shooter in the NBA's history. He impresses us every night. But I think when he goes to Beale Street, maybe gets a little catfish at the Blues Cafe, Saintly, he even impresses himself. Remember the one he made last year from three-quarter court? How about the one tonight he made from 29 when he thought he was fouled? He was fouled and they didn't give him the call. Or the 40-footer. Just incredible shot-making yet again by our MVP.
He's amazing. He really is. Every night he does something, you go, oh, my.
Yeah.
He did that? you know, it's just remarkable.
And congratulations to the Warriors. A formal welcome, by the way, to Honda Warriors post-game live. Greg Papa with my guy, oh my, not Dick Enberg, the great Gary St. Jean. Warriors are 9-0 to start the year for the first time since 60-61. You're going back to Wilt, Tom Golda, Paul Aronson, Guy Rogers. How long ago was it, Saintly? Al Attles was a rookie that year. That's how far we're going back. North Carolina. He came out of A&T back in 60-61. So the Warriors are 9-0. But how long will this streak continue? But Steph Curry tonight, and it was the third quarter in particular. This is a one-point game. We got a little nervous when it was 57-56, but he scored 17 alone in the third quarter, including a 29-footer off the bank and a 40-footer to close the third quarter, which he created off his own block shot.
This is amazing. Just his shot making, his ability to get now in the paint and left, right, whatever, and he just feels it. I mean, his vision and feel for the game is one of the best in the entire league, and you know, you just have to look at his entire package. I think this is the foul play.
He got fouled. He just threw it up looking for a foul.
You know what? He did the right thing. The refs missed the play.
Look at that one.
That was
the block and the heave at the buzzer. I've seen that play somewhere before, Saintly. Very different. Remember at the end of Game 6, as you look at his overall, well, Mike Conley, wow. Is that the worst we've seen? One-eyed Charlie?
Yeah, one-eyed Charlie.
I mean, Mike Conley was just not, and he's a free agent going into the off. This is for his walk year, Saintly. What was wrong with one-eyed Charlie?
He didn't have that catfish. That's all I can deduct from this. That poor guy is really struggling, as is their whole team. And, you know, you're at home. They get the game pace that they wanted. It was only like 75 shots for each team. And you're watching all these misses, and you're just saying, wow, look at this, wide open. This guy is a quality player on both ends of the floor. He's got a wealth of respect within the league. And, you know, when you start missing shots as a team, Pop, it becomes, I hate to say it, becomes infectious.
Yeah.
I miss, you miss, the next guy misses. So you made point today, their perimeter people have just had a horrible start to the season, which allows the defenders then to sag back in more on Gasol and Randolph, makes their life a lot tougher. And the only reason that they stayed in the game for as long as they did is the Warriors' turnovers.
23.
But they played defense on the road.
Warriors,
and they kept themselves in a good position to come away with the win.
Memphis shoots 34%. They were 3 for 15. How badly did the Grizzlies shoot tonight? Their best shooter was Tony Allen, and he actually was. But you're not even guarding him. You're just roving off of him, and you're sagging on the guys down low. All right, more about Curry's long-distance display tonight, and the two in particular, the third quarter. And this is when the game was tight. It got to 57-56. A minute later, he does that, and he's hot because he clearly got fouled. But the one late in the quarter, with the block shot or the tip away, go up the floor and rail it again, Saintly. I go back to May the 15th of last year, and I don't think the Grizzlies have recovered to this day.
No.
They lost 3 in a row at the end, and when he made this shot from three-quarter court after Andre Iguodala had the block on Jeff Green, remember our friend under the basket? Watch his reaction. Oh, no, he did it again. Have you ever seen a guy close a quarter with a bang like he does so consistently?
Well, he talked with Roz after the game, and he talked about Big Mo, and he's talking about momentum.
Mo Buckets?
And
Was it Mo Buckets?
No, not Mo Buckets. It's Mr. Momentum, who's a lovely guy to have on your side.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what, I think he feasts off of those opportunities. He loves them, and boy, he can make them.
For just a nanosecond, we were a little worried. It was 57-56 with about 3 minutes to go in third quarter. Then a minute later, he goes off the window from 30. He closes the quarter from 40, and there they go. Another sizable victory. The Warriors are 9-0 and on their way to Minneapolis, Minnesota, trying to get the back end of a back-to-back. We're going to bring Monty Poole. I think he filed his story at CSNBayArea.com. You can read it online as we speak. We'll get his thoughts. It was a little more grit and grind than we wanted, but in the end, the Warriors just do what they do on Veterans Day. They win.
Win.
Get the whiskers going. Thinking of growing my own beard here. 100-84, the Warriors all over the Grizzlies. The 100 a little bit down for the Warriors, but the defense rock solid again. They just throttled Memphis's offense. The Grizzlies shoot 34% tonight. They were 3 of 15 from the floor. And for the Warriors, they had 3 in double figures. Iguodala 20 off the bench. Barnes had a solid game, 19. The story of the game, though, again, Steph Curry, 28 points. He had 17 in a dizzying third quarter, including a 29-footer when he thought he was fouled off the bank, a block shot, a run out, and a 40-footer to hit the third quarter horn. He's impressing us, and he's impressing the interim head coach of the Warriors, Luke Walton, as well.
How many minutes did Steph had there in the third quarter?
He was good. No, it's always tough because, especially on a back-to-back, you don't want to overplay anyone. But Steph is just so dangerous all the time that it's tough to take him out at the end of a quarter because the end of quarters are such momentum shifts for one team or the other. So it's always a debate to go on. But I was obviously happy we stuck with him in the end of the third for this one. He was magnificent.
It was a hard one for me to describe because they kind of muddied it up, but you guys were playing at your pace. How did you see it?
Well, it shows again what great players we have, competitors. We prove we can win in different ways. Obviously, we don't like to play with I think 23 turnovers with only 22 assists. That's not who we are. We had guys in foul troubles. We had to get random weird lineups going on out there, but it is not easy to win in this building. And all that said and all that happened that game, for our guys to still come out and be able to get a double-digit victory just speaks to how much they enjoy playing, how much they enjoy competing, and how much they enjoy winning.
Festus, Bogut, and Draymond were all in foul trouble. Why do you think you guys handled that before you go small?
Yeah, we're great. I mean, it's part of what I was just talking about. I mean, we have such a deep bench, and our guys are always pulling for each other and ready to step in for one another. They did a great job of it tonight. I think we had Harrison playing the center position for a while and Andre at the 4. And no matter who we have out there, our guys get after it and compete.
We talked before the game about everything Andre does for you, but how tough are you guys when he shoots this way?
It's an added dimension. Him and Draymond are in the same boat with that. They do so much for our team to win. That they could go 0 for whatever and still help the team win. When they're out there shooting and knocking down threes, it just makes us that much more difficult to beat.
Did you add Draymond to that just because he was walking by?
No. I added Draymond to that because he fits in that category. Draymond does, he's wrestling with 2 of the best big men in the league and making it tough on them and playmaking for it. He does so much for us that it's him that he fits in that category.
What was your view of the three-pointers that Steph hit in the third?
The one that Steph hit at the end of the buzzer? It looked good. I mean, he did it here in the playoffs a couple months ago from even further back. But from our angle on that side of the court, we have a great angle, and it looked good the whole time, and I was happy.
You're going to have nights like these where getting that win is tough. What goes through your mind when there's talk of you guys win 72?
Oh,
nights like these.
We don't talk about that. Steve set the tone last year. We break down the season in weeks, and we look at a week, and we look how many games we have and what we need to get done for that week only. And then we kind of let stuff add up on top of it. But the season's too long to be talking about 72 wins or what we need to do. Right now we're thrilled with our win tonight. We feel like we can play a lot better. But now we're just going to get some food, hop on a plane, and get ready for Minnesota. Whatever happens in the future is going to happen. We're just worried about taking care of the present right now.
72-10 was the mark of the 95-96 Chicago Bulls, and 73 would be the record. Slow play it here, but I'm getting excited. All right, 9-0 start. We're joined by Monty Poole, who just filed his story at CSNBayArea.com. Obviously, Steph's the headliner. In the first 6 games, he was so good. Yeah. The previous 2 coming into the game tonight, He bottomed out a little bit, 41%.
Yeah.
His first half was just okay with 9. And then third quarter, Monty, he just goes crazy again with 17 points alone in the quarter and makes those 2 long threes.
Well, you know, he didn't shoot well for the game, but he shot well when it counted. In the third quarter there, big moments. You needed him to come through, and he did. He hit the 2 long three-pointers, and that really changed the momentum for this team. And next thing you know, they open the fourth quarter, and they're on their way. So just watching what he does, he makes these shots that you just don't think should go in. And how often do they go in for him?
A lot.
and anybody else that misses easily. So he's got unlimited range, but he also has the element of just being able to find a way to hit the ball off where it needs to hit off the backboard or wherever and have it drop through. It's pretty amazing to watch.
You guys love watching that. It's just great.
He practices them. We see him at the arena.
Yeah.
He's gone out to quarter court to work out. He's stepping out his range to, 23-9, 25, 27. Now he's out to 30 and beyond. It's incredible.
There is no element of his game that he doesn't practice repeatedly and intensely. And that's why he is the player he is. When those shots go in, it's not luck. It's skill. It's what he does, and it's how he's become the MVP. And he's on a great roll to have a chance to win it again.
Harrison Barnes, Saint. He is just getting better before our eyes. We're waiting for him to really settle in. He had 10-point first quarter tonight, on his way to 19, 7 of 11 floor, big-time post-ups, big-time slashes to the goal. He just had a rock-solid game tonight.
Well, there was a circus shot right there, but that first one, I love Harrison down on the box and his willingness to run the wing, finish with the power dunk. And you know what? He still is not on fire with his corner 3, but that's going to come. I just love everything he's doing. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, that was strong. And there he is with that mid-range game, which we talked about in the pregame. When you run at him, he's very comfortable now with his up fake, and he can go left or right and pull up for that 15-foot shot. He's really got his game in motion.
He's made the adjustment and knows how to play against power forwards now. And he knows that for most of those guys, he is too quick. He is too quick. So he can jab step them and get some space, or he can go around them. And next thing you know, he's attacking the basket. Whenever he's aggressive on offense, you see games like this. First half, he was the guy who kind of kept them stabilized. He was the best player on the floor for the first half. Andre hit some big shots, but Harrison was key.
And we always use the phrase as you get older, third year, fourth year, it's really, the game is slowing down for him now. He's not going to a fire. He's really under control. He's reading what the defense gives him. An old expression, read the defender in front of you. He'll tell you what to do. If he plays off, shoot it. If he crowds you, break him down and go.
He had a great first quarter. He had 10, and you mentioned Andre Iguodala, and watching him make his threes, Saint. He made 4 threes tonight. When he gets up off the ground with the leg lift right there, he could not do that last year until, February? He goes to Germany in the off seasons. They have the injection of the knees. Look at how much springier he is on his jump shot now.
It's so noticeable. And we said last year, regular season, he wasn't having a bombastic year. But as they got toward the playoffs, and then he just, he was fabulous. But that lift, Monty, and his jump shot now is really noticeable. And even out on the break, when he's finishing now, he's going with authority, looking like, as we use the expression, young legs.
No question. His knees are going to require maintenance for the rest of his career. He understands that. It's not quite it's kind of like a Dwayne Wade situation almost, where you got to keep an eye on him, give him some time off, and let him kind of rest those knees every now and then. But for the most part, when his knees are good, and right now they're good, he's like this. And when he plays like this, he had 20 points tonight.
20 points. He made 4 threes.
When he's hitting threes, the Warriors are really hard to, they're almost impossible to beat when Andre comes off the bench, because he's always giving you everything else.
What are we going to do with the highlight zone tonight? Normally we do 3. I think we just the Curry shots alone. We're gonna need like 9. We're going to the highlight zone, and you're gonna hear from Draymond Green as we continue. Warriors are going to Minneapolis as we speak, and we're getting you ready for it on Honda Warriors Postgame Live.
The ball, Russ Smith, good effort, banged into Curry again, and he banked it in!
Banked into 3, looking for a foul.
Picks it up, behind the back, split traffic, throws up a wild shot, and banked it in as he fell down! He hit it as he was falling down outside the arc, a 3-pointer for Curry.
They're withstanding everything that Memphis can bring.
Curry knocking it away. Steph Curry to beat the buzzer. Good! Another three!
Stolen by Curry. Curry gets it from midcourt, pulls up for a three on the way. Got it! Curry nailed it! He hit a three at the buzzer!
You know, it's amazing. He only made 3 threes tonight, but 2 were like, we'll never, ever forget him. All right, Warriors are 9-0. They are going to Minnesota. We're going to talk about the Timberwolves more in a moment. They're 4-3, the strangest 4-3 I've ever seen. They're 0-3 at home and 4-0 on the road. Good thing the game tomorrow is at the Target Center. That's their home gym. Before Draymond Green flies to Minneapolis, Minnesota, he has some thoughts on the Warriors' win tonight in Memphis by a score of 100-84.
With that last second shot, probably so. But I mean, that's who he is. That's what he does. And he came through for us in the big moment. We needed it most.
One point, you and Festus and Bogues all had 4 fouls. You're playing with Harris at the center. What does it say about you guys who figure out a way to win a game that way?
Just guys are willing to do whatever it takes. You got some teams where guys look at you crazy if you try to put them at center and they're small forward. But, on our team, nobody cared. I think Sean was at the 4. Nobody cares, though. It is what it is. Whatever you got to do to win, everybody's willing to do that, and that's part of the reason we're successful.
I was asking Steph about short-term goals. Do you guys use the 9-0 start that ties the franchise record? Are you guys even thinking about talking about that kind of stuff?
No. We really just want to win every game. And with that, I guess comes a 9-0 start, but we don't go into the season or walk around and say, hey, man, we got to tie that team that went 9-0, or tomorrow we got to break the record of the team that started 9-0. That's, at the end of the day, we just want to win as many games as we possibly can. Everything else takes care of itself.
How are you individually feeling health-wise?
Working on a long story on Vince. Your dad at one point, right?
I feel pretty crappy, but it is what it is. It's something that we all go through at some point or another in the season. Just gotta continue to fight through. Life goes on. There's people with worse problems in life than playing basketball sick. So keep on pushing.
Draymond played a little center tonight, by the way. All right, we're heading up to Minneapolis. Ricky Rubio is healthy. He will play. How about Andre Wiggins? Last 2 games and the #1 overall pick, Karl Anthony Towns and KG. We'll check in on the Minnesota Timberwolves. And we'll also hear from Festus Ezeli as we continue on Honda Warriors Postgame Live.